Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in on the last one. You guys were so sweet and so kind. I loved hearing from so many people I would never expect to hear from. So that was so fun. And of course, I've been very excited to jump back on here and do something fun for you. Something a little bit more than what we did last time. Last time was very bronzed. The lighting was a little bit difficult to see, so I was hoping to adjust my camera today. And I think this will work better. But this is meant to be a romantic look, a dewy bronze look, something fun for a date night, something for a function, a holiday, a wedding, whatever. Of course, right now we're home, but this is a good time to practice, right? So you can add any of these steps. You can build on what you have at home and apply some of the tips I'm gonna give you today. It's great. If you want to do a portion of what I'm doing, great. If you want to do all of it and practice what we've done, good. Okay, so the great thing about makeup is you make it how much you want it to be. This is meant to be washed off at the end of the day. It doesn't define who you are as a person. It's about art. It's about fun. It's about enjoying, bringing out that natural beauty within, okay? This isn't supposed to take away from who you are. It's just supposed to enhance your beauty and to be fun. This is what makeup is. So I hope you can take something from this. This was so fun for me to film, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, drop them below. Please like, subscribe, share. Please share with your friends. I'm excited to do more. So I hope you can take something from this. If you want to see this look, follow along, and let's jump right in and get started. All right, you guys, here is my bare skin. What I went and did before this was wash my face, put a light moisturizer on with a little bit of sunscreen in there, and I'm ready to go. So a good rule of thumb is you want to wash your face before you apply your makeup, approximately 20 minutes before. You want to apply your makeup within that time frame. It makes your makeup stick better, more long wear, just helps everything to kind of blend a little bit nicer and stay throughout the day. So that is done. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is go in with our primer. This is a favorite of mine. It has been out of stock for so long. Finally got my hands on it, so I am going to try this today for the first time in a long time, so I'm excited. This is from the LC Cosmetics. Let's see here. There we go. This is called the, let's see, the Pearl Radiance Primer. Just put 1 pump of that and blend that right in. So for today's look, I want to really, as of course if you watched my last video, I love a dewy look. I love a bronze look. The lighting was a little bit difficult in the old video to really show that glow, so I'm hoping that this one shows a little bit better. But I'm also going to add a few products in that really help with that glow. This one is another LC Cosmetics that I am new to using, have been for the last week or so, and I've really been enjoying it. It's called the Glow Enhancer, a dry face oil. This is really nice. It's got a little bit of shimmer in there, but not too much where, you know, it's going to leave it looking glittery. It's not like that. Just gives a nice glow, and you only need a drop or two. You do not want too much of this. It is an oil, so you will see that shine in there. But once we put some powders on there, blend it with our foundation, it will blend in really nicely. Okay. I like to kind of bring that right down to the neck. Any extra moisture is great. And we're also going to take our foundation and blend that down, so give it a good base. Okay. So for today's foundation, I'm going to go in, I think I'm going to start with this one. I might blend in one of my other favorites, but this is a long time favorite of mine. The IT Cosmetics CC Plus Illumination. It is a full coverage, but it's very blendable. So you do not have to go as heavy as I'm probably gonna go today. Again, very buildable. Start less is more, you can always add. And I think what I'll do is go in with a brush, finish with a beauty blender. So we will try that. So we're gonna go ahead and put 1 pump on your brush. This one is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH03. Nice size kabuki brush. And bear with me, I've got a mirror over here, a monitor, so I'm just getting used to this whole setup to kind of get the feel of it for this video. All right, so if you see me looking down quite a bit, that's what I'm looking at. So for when you apply your foundation, you really want to pounce that into the skin, whether it's with your beauty blender, your brush, whatever tool you decide to use. You do not want to wipe, okay? That's just going to move that product around. You want to really pounce that into the skin. Of course, I went a little bit too high up, that's fine. Wipe it away. Blend that right in. Pounce it into the skin, push it into those pores really well. Disperse it all over. Drag it right onto your neck. And I kind of go right on my eyelids, just gently at the end if I have any extra product, just to kind of blend that in. I do have a lot of, you know, some darker veins, some, of course, a mom of 3 who doesn't have dark circles. But that's okay. Okay, I could stop there. I think I'm gonna add just a tiny, tiny bit more just for the video. But day to day, I would not put too much on. Just a little bit goes a long way with this. But what I love is, like I said, it's very dewy and it's very buildable. You can drag that right up to your ear if you want to blend it. You don't want any harsh lines. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me for now. We're going to take your beauty blender. This is dampened. What you want to do if you're new to using one of these, bring it under that faucet pretty well. I usually give a good 15-20 squeezes. Cool water, nothing too warm or else it's going to absorb your product. Dry it out with a towel and that's it. You're good to go. And you want to pounce that right into the skin and blend that around. Okay. So from there, we are going to go in with our concealer. This is the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I used this in the last video. This has been one of my favorites for a while. There we go. I don't know if you can see that okay. Multi-use sculpting concealer. Very buildable again. I love this one. So I like to bring it, of course, right under the eyes. I'm not gonna drag it out too much. I'm not gonna go for the overly contoured look. To some, this of course seems like a lot. You do day to day, again, don't use this much, but for the video, we're gonna go a little bit heavier. And what I do with the Beauty Blender is pounce that right on under your eye gently. You wanna really let that tool do the work. You do not want to push hard and you do not want to drag. Just really gentle pounces into the skin. Bring that right up to your eyelids and just keep pushing that right in until that's worked in. See what it did there? And I know some of you that watch are very good with makeup, and there's some that have reached out and from that first video that I did and are very new to makeup, are very unsure of these techniques. So of course, I'm just gonna give a bunch that work for me. And again, if you know these techniques, you just do you, girl. But I hope some can take away from what works for me. Okay, again on this side. Right up in the center of your nose. Right on the forehead. And just keep pushing it in. And when you do concealer, you can go in with brushes. You can go in with your fingertip gently and do the same type of thing. I really love the Beauty Blender for literally my full face. It really makes those pores in your skin flawless. Really helps to push that into the skin. Give it that somewhat of an airbrush look. Okay. So I think that is good for now. What I'm gonna do is go in, this is my favorite for the summertime. It's makes your skin so dewy, so radiant. So if you've never used a cream bronzer, that's okay, don't be too scared. You can go right in with the powder. But just for the video, I'm gonna show you what my favorite is. And if you've never tried this, you've gotta pick one up. This is the Chanel bronzer. Okay, and it's humongous. It's the size of my palm. And it's huge, it's massive. And it works for most skin types that I've seen. It's beautiful. So I think I'm gonna go right in, let's see, I think today I'm gonna use a brush to kind of get that right on the skin, and then I'm going to go back in with my Beauty Blender. So you wanna just swirl that right in there. This is a very creamy product, okay? So don't be too scared when you go to blend that in. All right, start right at the ear, and I bring that right down. Same with the other side. Right down. Okay, you don't want to start too high. You actually want to bring it a little bit lower than your cheekbone. And then what you're going to do is blend that right up. Okay, and from here you can take your Beauty Blender or your brush, blend that all right in. Really depends on the day or the mood, whatever I'm feeling is what I go in with. Swirl a little bit more, bring it right up to that hairline and right to the sides of the temple. And I get a little bit of a tan going right now, so you know, in the winter months, I would not go right in with this. Or if I would, it would be very mild. But right now it's blends in nicely with my skin tone, but it's not too dark to give you that overwhelming bronze look. It's just enough. We'll go right in on that jaw and feather that right down. So really your face should take the longest. You wanna really make sure everything is blended. Take your time with it, because you can cut corners after. You know, with your eyes, with your brows, whatnot. Okay, I think that is good for the face. From here, what I like to do is go in with some setting powders. I like to set the under eye a little bit, and then sometimes I'll go in, I'll set the whole face with some translucent powder, and sometimes I won't. Today I might, just to kind of show you what your options would be. So we are going to grab two things. We are going to grab the Kat Von D Shade Light Contour Palette. This has been, again, a favorite of mine. I use this on all my brides. Sorry, this is so dirty. I've had this for a while. I'm going to go in with the center and the lightest. Then the brush I'm going to use is the Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35. So you've got a little bit of a pointed tip that will get you right in those corners and help you blend that right out. So again, swirl that right in to your two powders, mix the two, dust it off. You can always add more. And go right in, kind of stamp that right on there. Okay, do one more gently, and then sometimes what I like to do, get under there and some gentle swirls just around to kind of buff that right out. Make sure you've got it everywhere. Okay, good. From here, we will grab that translucent powder that I was mentioning. You do not have to do this step. What it does is it kind of just melts everything together. It sets everything for the day. It, especially these hot summer months, you know, your makeup does start to kind of melt away at times. So if you're not setting your creams and your liquids, it will start to break up. It will start to kind of piece off on your face throughout the day. So this kind of just lets everything melt together, stay longer, kind of fight against that humidity. Today what I'm gonna use is the Lancome, the translucent powder. This is the Long Time No Shine. Looks just like this, comes in a big bottle. We'll put a little bit on the cap, right in there. Take a big brush. Today I'm gonna use, this is the IT Cosmetics, the Mega Powder Brush, airbrush. It's a little bit dirty, sorry. Swirl it in there, tap it off. I feather it right on my neck. Just a little bit. Again, don't have to do this step today. I just wanted to show you. All right, so I am going to go in with just a little bit of some bronzer powder. Day to day, I would not normally probably do both. But today I want to kind of, where it's on screen, I just want to show you a little bit more of a glamorous look or a little bit more bronzy, give it that extra kick, but this is not a necessary step to do both. You could do one or the other. This is the Give Me Sun by MAC. This is a great, this is really my summertime bronzer. It's got a little bit of sheen, super, super golden. It's beautiful, just gives that glow within kind of look. So I'm going to go in with a, let's see, I'll do this one, the Morphe E3. This is just a nice, fluffy bronzer brush. Tap that right in, tap it off, dust it off. When you're doing bronzer, you do not want to push hard. Let your brushes do the work. Let your tools do the work. If you're stamping that on too hard, of course, when you're in a rush, it's so hard to kind of control that. But let the tools do the work. Okay, you really want this to be flawless, that natural look. Right up to the forehead, right on those temples, same thing as we did with the liquids. Wherever you want that dimension. Sometimes you can even bring it down here. Okay. It's good for now. Sometimes I'll take a big brush, nice big fluffy brush that has no product, and just blend that all in a little bit. So we're gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna try a few where I've got a little tan today. I'm not sure, we're gonna get a feel. We might even build a few. But I think what I'm gonna do today is try, this is a Rockstar by Benefit. This is called Benefit Rockstar, and I think that's just the color. Looks very much like this. There we go. It's really nice. It comes with like a sheet of glitter almost. So what you want to do is when you get this, really wipe it off. It's still gonna have a little bit of a sheen in there, but makes it a little bit more matte once you get that top layer off. All right, swirl it in, dust it off. I just got a Morphe E4 bronzer, blush brush. And you're gonna go right on those apples. And I kind of pounce it into the skin a little bit, and then you can kind of flick it up. Okay. For me, I feel like blush melts in my skin. For some reason, I feel like it always disappears. It's okay to kind of build it. Right now, it might seem a little bit heavier, but even at the end of this video, you watch, it's gonna be all blended right in there. And if it's too much, you can kind of take a nice brush that doesn't have much product and just wipe that right away. All right, so that's good for now. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of some highlighter. I'm on the fence. We're gonna go with Jaclyn Hill. She is the queen of highlighters. My longtime favorite is the Champagne Pop. This is a very golden, my summertime, again, favorites. I use this on a lot of my brides. So golden, so beautiful, perfect amount of shine. But her recent new one that she just came out with Jaclyn Hill's Cosmetics is, what is this one called? The Brighten Up Luminous Powder. This is really nice. Maybe I'll show it because I feel like I haven't seen too many use this yet online. Okay, so let's find here a highlighter brush. All right, so we've got the Jaclyn Hill JH09. There we are. Okay. You're gonna dump, it comes in very much like the translucent powder we used earlier. You're gonna put a little bit in your cup. Take your brush, pat that right in, swirl it around. You want to make sure you tap that off, okay? It comes out quite a bit. So what we're gonna do here is kind of tilt your head, see where the light wants to naturally hit you. That's where your highlighter is gonna go. Okay, you don't want to just slap that on all over your cheeks and call it a day. The highlighter is where the sun is lighting you, where the sun is hitting you naturally to give you that glow within. So sometimes I kind of see where that sun is going to catch me, and you can see that right here, that's where it is. So that's where we're going to go. And can you see what it did there? Okay, you can feather it right around if you want, but really start a little bit less and build it. Okay, we're going to go right on the bridge of the nose. And the chin. Right above the lip. Sometimes I go right over the brow, really where that sun is hitting you. And if you want to blend that in, if it's feeling a little bit too powdery, you can go right back in gently with your beauty blender, very gently. Okay. So we are going to do some some brows. We are gonna go in with my favorite Anastasia, Beverly Hills. This one is the Brow Definer in dark brown. And it looks like this. It's got an angled tip, and the other side is your brush. What I like to do is brush those brows right up. It's going to give you an idea or an illusion of where your brows are naturally growing in. You can see where that line is, those little feathers that you need to make. All right, so a rule of thumb to remember is no two brows are the same shape. Okay, so get them as best as you can. Blend those in nice little tiny strokes at a time. Blend them in as best you can. It will not be perfect. Brows are that one thing that it's like the dreaded part of makeup, right? Okay. You can go in with either a clear gel, which is from Anastasia, again, the clear brow gel. Sometimes if I want just a little bit more, I'll go in with just the same Anastasia, the colored one, which is espresso. Feather that right in. Again, I stroke those right up. And then blend those right down to the side. Okay, I think that is good for now. So we are gonna go in with the eyes. For today's look, I think we're gonna go in, I want it to be, again, keep up with this bronze look, but maybe do like a little bit of like a rose gold type feel. That's what I'm thinking. So let's just, I really have no plan as to what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna wing it. Keep it nice and bronzed, keep it nice and dewy, but give it a little bit of that romantic kind of pink touch, that summery feel. Okay, so we are gonna go in with, let's see, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH34. Okay. So it's a nice, denser type fluffy brush. And I am going to go in, let's see, 2 palettes, actually. We're gonna go in with the Kat Von D. This one is the Lolita, I think it is Lolita eyeshadow palette. Packaging looks like this. It's beautiful. It's got a lot of purple hues, those deep rose gold type looks. And then we're also going to go in with the Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. Again, another beautiful favorite. Okay. So we're gonna go in with the Naked 2 first. I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade. This one is called Foxy. We're gonna dab that right onto the eyelid. Dust off those colors in between. Really concentrating on the upper lid and more of the corners. Touching a little bit on those outside, but not too much. You wanna just make sure you get a nice canvas right on those eyelids. All right, so we're gonna go with Hermosa. Right in that middle of the palette there, it's a nice purple, very mauve-y, not too much. So we're gonna take this for most of the lid. We're gonna go right up there, okay? I've got the same brush. I'm gonna go in little tiny circles. I'm then gonna go in fluffier brush, we're gonna go in to H31. And we're gonna blend that right out. I'm not trying to go too into the corner of my eyes as much as just right around here, gently bringing that right in. And you wanna feather that right around, gentle swirls. Same with this side. The thing with eyeshadow is you really cannot blend enough, okay? Don't be too scared to keep going back in there, swirling that around, blending that right out, that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take a, let's see, a little bit more of a denser brush. I'm gonna go in with, this one is called the Angled Eye W20, and I don't know where I got this or what the name of it is, but any sort of dense brush that's angled, we're gonna go right in on the corner. So now I'm gonna go in with Lolita, right over here. A little bit there, dust it up. We're gonna go right on the corner and bring that right up. And I'm really stamping that right in there. We're gonna blend that right out. Go in and take my brush again that we used before. Gentle circle motions and feather that right out. We do not want any harsh lines. We want that really feathered up and out. If it's looking too harsh, get that nice fluffy brush, drag it up, circle it away. And keeping that right on that upper bone and right in that outer corner. And feathering that right out, okay? I'm gonna go right in with the Con Amour. This is the deeper, more of a mauve burgundy. Take a little Morphe, I'm sorry, this is Makeup Geek, not Morphe. It's a little tiny dense fluffy brush. Take a tiny, tiny bit, dust that right off. We're gonna go right on the outer corners only. Kind of like a little triangle, okay, right in the outer corner. I kind of pounce that right in, going right in that little triangle. We're gonna go in with Morphe M441, another fluffy brush. All right, so from here, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this deeper purple. And I'm gonna blend that right on that upper eye bone right there. And circle that right around. Take your fluffy brush that you used last. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to take some of those tones that we used and we're gonna feather those right onto that bottom lash line. All right, so I'm not trying to close in my eye too much. I wanna still keep it that, that open eye look, deeper in the corners. We're gonna keep it a little bit brighter in the center, but I wanna really wing that out a little bit naturally. We're not gonna actually do any eyeliner today. We're gonna actually go in with the same palette, Lolita palette, and feather in those darker shades to give you more of that like natural wing open look. So what I'm gonna do is kind of repeat same tones, Lolita, Hermosa, and we're gonna kind of feather those right in on the bottom lash line. Take your fluffy brush and we're gonna blend that right in. Okay. So from here, what I'm going to do is grab JH43, nice flat, dense brush, and also a Morphe G21. Let's see, a nice angled brush there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that nice flat square one and stamp it right on that upper lash line. This is gonna give us the illusion of an eyeliner, but keep it really soft and romantic still. I do not want a really, really dark eye. And for some, this is dark. This is already there. But for the video, we're gonna keep it as much as we can. So we're gonna go ahead and stamp that right on. Keep it as close as you can to those lashes. I don't know if you can see that okay. And when I get to those outer corners, I'm ever so lightly angling that right up. So we're gonna do a little bit of a cat eye, but nothing dramatic, okay? You want it to really blend in with that deeper corner that we have going and keep it really soft. I do not want anything too harsh. All right, so now what we're gonna do is go in with that angled Morphe brush. Take a little bit more of your that darkest shade in this Lolita palette, dust that off, and what we're gonna do is just a little bit of a cat eye right on that outer corner to kind of really open that right up there. Nothing too dramatic. Okay, so we have that finished. Sometimes what I like to do is kind of go back in there and just blend in with a nice, again, dense brush. We're gonna do the JH40. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that purpley. So we just used the liner, this deepest shade. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this one and just kind of blend in right on those outer corners, right in there. Take your fluffy brush, blend that right out. We're gonna go in with that nice dense square brush again, darkest shade, and we're gonna blend in those outer corners. Just a little bit. From there, we're gonna grab a Sigma E20 and we're gonna smudge that bottom line. We're gonna go in with a little bit of, let's see, Hermosera, and I'm gonna grab a little bit more of Lolita. Mix those two. And what we're gonna do is blend that right in to that bottom line. And what we're doing is just smudging that right in. What you do is take a fluffy brush that's clean. And blend that right around, right to the outer corners. Same with the other side. Okay, so from here, normally you could just leave it like this. I think I might even add just a little bit of shine, because why not? So I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of copper and mix it with a YDK. I think what I'm gonna do is actually go in right with my finger. You don't wanna go too low because you don't want it to get right on your lash line there, and you don't wanna go too high. So I'm just gonna put it right in the center of that kind of corner. Okay, and we're gonna blend that right in. Push that right in there, and then we're gonna go in with a brush when we're done. And we can feather that right into what we had. We're gonna go in with that fluffy brush. Blend that right out. Okay. I think that is good for now. So from here, I wipe my lips off. We are gonna go in with Charlotte Tilbury. We're gonna do the Pillow Talk liner. And then I'm going to follow that up with the Pillow Talk lipstick. This is one of my all-time favorites. Okay, so from here, we're gonna grab a little bit, just a little bit of gloss. We're just gonna put that right in the center. This is the Creme Brulee from the NYX Butter Gloss. And keep that right in the center. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna throw in some mascara. Today I'm gonna do the KKW Beauty. Let's see if I got this over here. There we go. Gently curl the lashes, and I will be right back with that. Okay, you guys, mascara is done. Everything seems to be coming together pretty nicely. If you get some mascara on your eyes or anywhere on your skin when you're doing it, most instinct is to go ahead and rub that right off. Let it dry. Grab a little Q-tip. Really let it dry. Just let it sit there, finish your makeup, finish whatever you need to do. Go right in, and it should come right off, okay? Gently just rub it onto your skin. Got any sort of little mark, and buff that right out. Okay, you guys, that completes the look so far. What I'm going to do to just set that is, I think I'm gonna do 2 products today. I'm gonna go in with my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is great. It just kind of helps everything just stay put for the day. Go ahead and gently spray that on. I usually cover my eye makeup. We do not want that to kind of melt off or get wet. And then sometimes go ahead and let that air dry. I'm gonna go in with the Lila B. This is a glow face mist. This is wonderful. Gets your skin super dewy. It's natural glow from within, which we all want. Once you get the Fix Plus to set, I go ahead and do a couple little spritz of this, and this is great. You do not have to do both. Again, I'm gonna cover my eyes. Let that dry for a minute, and you should be good. So this is such a fun romantic look. You can take any little bits of this. You can do 1 or 2 of the shadows. You do not have to do everything. This is, of course, a little bit more of a glamorous look. I loved it. When I used to do weddings, I would a lot of the times wear some sort of romantic look like this, and most times someone in the bridal party would be like, I just want what you have. This is so beautiful. It's romantic, it's dewy, it's just enough. You could do this for a date night. You could kind of take whatever piece of this that you like and play with it. It's fun. I mean, that's what makeup's about. You kind of learn what works for you, what's good for your skin, and go from there. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you could take something from this video. Thank you so much for coming back and watching. This is so fun. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, take care.